Welcome to Aggressor Adventures. Meet Aggressor Adventures Club's coordinator, Ashley Watkins.
For me, it all began in Orange Park, Florida. I was born there in 1988, and then shortly after, I was probably not even 1 year old, and my family moved to Augusta, Georgia.
Ashley talks about what her parents were like as she was growing up.
My parents were a lot of fun. They were strict. They, were always there for us, doing activities with us. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she was always volunteering at the school for us and room mom, and we had a great childhood, me and my brother.
She shares what it was like growing up with an older brother.
I have an older brother. His name is Justin. We're 4 years apart. He didn't like me until he got to about high school, and then we became good friends, and we work together now at Aggressor.
Ashley fondly remembers one special family pet who literally grew up with her.
When I was 1, we did get a dog named AJ. He was a little toy poodle. When my dad was working with Taco Bell, building the Taco Bells, he was always bringing home stray dogs and making my mom mad, but they were always showing up on the construction sites. And we kept this one, and he was bad. He would escape the house all the time, but he lived with us. He passed away when he was 15, so I was 16 years old. So from 1 to 16, we had him, and I would dress him up and paint his nails. And
She remembers her early education.
I went to school in the public school system here in Augusta. I did have to switch elementary schools. We moved school districts, but I stayed in the same schools. I went to Martinez Elementary and Evans Elementary, and then Riverside Middle and Lakeside High.
Ashley went to college in her hometown.
I went to Augusta State University, now Augusta University.
And as is often the case, she changed her major.
I started out, my major was biology, and decided that wasn't for me, and then I switched to business management.
Ashley shares her fondest memories of her college years.
Well, at Augusta State, during my senior year in entrepreneurship class, I sat next to a really cute guy, and he claims I was cheating off of him, but it turns out that after we graduated, we caught back up and started dating, and now we're married with 2 kids.
She revisits her childhood dreams.
My childhood dreams, I wanted to be a veterinarian. That's why I started college, as going into biology. I was thinking about vet school, but that was the only dream I had. I do remember sometimes my mom would have an appointment and drop me off at my dad's office with him, and I would always, he would give me work to do, but it was, like coloring his notebooks or stuff like that. But I'd always enjoyed going and helping out at the office, so I liked being in the business.
Ashley has always loved outdoors fun and spending time with her family and friends.
We had some property behind us that wasn't developed yet behind our house, and so we had dirt bikes and go-karts and a golf cart, and I know my dad had to replace the tires all the time because we were just running them hard, but and we were always outdoors. We were rollerblading or playing with friends. Our friends were always at our house.
We asked Ashley if she could pinpoint a special affinity or educational experience that led her into the family business.
Not really. Mostly I think just watching my dad, be in business, listening to him. We used to sometimes go to the Taco Bell conventions. I remember one time we went to Hawaii with him, and I got to sit through some of the meetings, and that was pretty cool.
She loves to talk about her children.
We have 2 kids now. Our son Cash is 6 years old, and he is all into sports and just loves to play outside, and he is a busy guy. And then we have a daughter, Kaylee, who's 3, and she is sassy, and she's a sweet girl, but she can hold her own with the boys.
Ashley became involved in scuba diving at an early age.
My brother and dad started getting into scuba when my brother started high school, and I was still in middle school, so I was still too young to be certified. But watching them go on trips and coming back and seeing pictures really got me interested. And once I became 15, I got certified and started going on the trips, and it was just so fun. And then one time, my dad and I, my senior year in high school, we went on a liveaboard to the Galapagos Islands, and that trip was just incredible, seeing whale sharks and the hammerheads, and that was the Galapagos Aggressor. So that was our first Aggressor experience, and then we went the next year to Belize on the Belize Aggressor. That's when we found out the company was for sale, and we both fell in love with it. My dad loved it so much, so he looked into it, and that's how he acquired the company.
She recalls her first ocean dive.
My first open water dives were in West Palm Beach. Our dive shop here would usually go about once a year to West Palm Beach, and so we all went down, and I was nervous. I remember holding my dad's hand the whole time. I was 15.
Ashley was mesmerized by the underwater splendor of exploring her first coral reef.
Seeing the coral reef for the first time, it's breathtaking, because the colors, the pictures that you see online and the videos, it really just doesn't do it justice. The colors are so much more vibrant, and just seeing everything interact with each other and how that whole system works, it's really just something to stop and stare at.
She explains how her childhood experiences, her passion for scuba diving, her education, and her love for the world of business all came together to make a career at Aggressor Adventures a natural fit.
Having a background in business and scuba diving definitely helps me at Aggressor.
Ashley has a new Aggressor Adventures experience that's at the top of her bucket list.
It wasn't this before, but my husband just got back from Egypt, and he did the Nile Queen. And seeing his pictures and his experience, it makes me really want to go do the Nile Queen now.
Other than working with Aggressor Adventures, what does Ashley Watkins do for fun and relaxation these days?
Things I do for fun is, one, playing with our kids. We love to travel, just go to a beach or the mountains, or go see family and with the kids and get to do different experiences with them. I also do embroidery. I love creating little outfits and blankets, and I'm still best friends with my friends from high school here in Augusta, and our kids all get together and we love to have play dates.
Aggressor Adventures, for your adventure of a lifetime.